Hi everyone, so back with part 2 of week 3, and for this part we're actually on holiday. So it's the first holiday of 2024 and it was for my birthday. The flights were so cheap to get to Nice in France, because obviously it's a very off season at the moment. So I think it was £35 return to Nice, so like £17 each way, which is insane. The problem is we had a bag, so we had to pay more for the bag probably than the actual flight, but it was just very cheap. And the hotel we stayed at was very reasonably priced as well, because we stayed literally just on the border between France and Monaco, so we didn't pay the Monaco prices, which is definitely worth doing. We were literally a 5-minute walk, not even that, from the train station in Monte Carlo, so it's just because you're on the other side of the border, so definitely recommend doing that should you ever go. But yeah, we had a really nice time. So we flew on the Friday from London Gatwick. So we went down to Gatwick on the Thursday after work, and it was a little bit of a rush. We didn't get into the hotel until about 10, and then we was up at 3:30 on the Friday for a 7 o'clock flight. So it was tiring. But we had a bit of a wander on the first day, and then we, had 2 full days in Monte Carlo. So yeah, so I'm still using obviously the Vicki Boutin Let's Wander collection, and I really like how it's come out. I really enjoy these cutter parts. I just thought they were great, and they had a few 3x4 cutter parts as well that I could put into this layout. Whereas sometimes I just don't have any 3x4 landscape cutter parts, so I was very grateful for that. So I could use this Design D pocket page. Again, I'm trying to use up some of my older sleeves from 2022 and 2023 before I start using the new ones that I brought, because I want to use things up. I don't want them just sat around, even though I much prefer certain pocket pages. I don't want to just not use my other ones, so I'll take advantage of when I can. So yeah, so these photos pretty much just depict our Friday and Saturday really. So the first photo that's going to go in the first top left is a picture of me with the view of Monte Carlo. So we actually walked up this hill a couple of times, so we got some nice photos of the bay, of all the yachts and stuff like that. We were googling some of the yacht prices and they're like 1.3 million and all that, so yeah, insane. So I'm going to use some of my little labels that I can write a little bit on there. I'm going to use some of the thickers. There was one that says Paradise Found, and then a little geotag, which I thought was quite cute. And yeah, I'm just going to keep it quite simple. So I'm going to still use that map as my background for these, and I do have enough just to get my photos on here. And as I said, I really like how it's come out. It's just a bit more busy in the background. I don't like the plain paper anymore. I've done it a few times and I just don't like how it's come out. So lesson learned, and I'll always try and use some pattern paper in the background just because I think it adds to it massively. So yeah, so that's the first photo. That was just us wandering around. And then I'm going to use that Guest Check 6x4. I'm going to use that as my journaling piece underneath there. And then I'm going to use the Fun Times in the City cutter part that's going to go on the top right. I know that that's pretty much New York, and I was kicking myself a little bit because I'm thinking I can wait till use my if we go to New York, I could use that for that, but I just thought no, I've got so much stuff in New York, so I can sacrifice this cutter part. It just says in the city, which Monaco is a big city as well, so it was fine. I'll get over it. And then the last 6x4 photo is a picture of me in the Monte Carlo casino. We actually paid to go around it with an audio tour, and it was really interesting and it's amazing in there. I'd highly recommend going around it. So you can go around it before people can start gambling at 2 o'clock, but you do pay an entrance fee for the audio guide and things, but it's highly recommended. It's really interesting to see it, and it's just so clean and tidy. It's just immaculate, so highly recommend that as well if you do go. So I'm just going to take a picture. I'm just going to use a thicker that says Weekend Getaway. I'm just going to put that at the bottom because obviously it was a weekend getaway, which was quite nice. And in the middle section, I've just got 2 photos of Joe and I, actually. 2 very different states, actually. The first photo that's going to go at the top is a picture of us on the train between Monaco and Nice. Nice and Monaco, actually. We were just travelling there from the airport, so we'd been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, so we don't look our best, but I just thought it was a nice photo. And as I said, these sort of things you have to remember, even if it's like not all sunshine and rainbows. Everyone has to travel to get to these destinations, so I thought it was quite cute. So I put some washi tape. I'm going to use the thicker that says "Let the Adventure Begin," and then a little star, little circle star, which I thought was quite nice in the top. I do actually switch these round, so you'll see these when I take the photo at the end. But I use the camera 3x4 card, and I use this postcard 3x4, but I do actually move them around because I realised that I had two journaling pieces next to each other, and I didn't really want that. So I moved the camera to the bottom and then the postcard to the top. And then the second photo of us is a picture of us having hot chocolates outside, well, in the Café du Paris, which is just next to the Monte Carlo Casino. It's a very well-known and quite famous cafe that a lot of people like to go to because it's got very nice views of the casino. It is a little bit expensive. We paid €9 each for this hot chocolate, but there was no cover charge, and that was what I was worried about. So it was just the €9 each for the hot chocolate, but they were really nice. The sun was shining, it was nice to sit outside, but obviously it was still a little bit chilly, so it was nice to have these hot chocolates, and they were really, really good. We also got like a front row seat, which was amazing, so we got to do some real good people watching, and also seeing all the flashy cars pulling up at the casino and stuff like that. So it was really, really good. Again, highly recommend. We had to queue, and it was January, so I imagine in peak season it's heaving, but definitely recommend it if you can get in there. You can just have drinks, or you can go for food as well, completely up to you, but we just had the drinks. And yeah, so that is how this one's going to come out. So as I said, a full travel album will be coming of Monaco when I get round to it, but for now this will be in my project life for week 3. So I hope you've enjoyed this little travel part, and I will be back with week 4 shortly. Thank you very much. Bye.